it's a different understanding of a Christian during crisis time and a Christian today. Christians today would be the equivalent of a Roman pagan during crisis time. Okay? Baptism is not how you become a follower of Christ. Baptism is a requirement to make it into the kingdom. But you decide well before you baptize that you're going to follow Christ. So it's not like, okay, I'm baptized, now I'm a Christian. No, that's a ritual. That's a ritualistic thinking under the Roman Catholic Church. The Pope is a pagan. Again, there's two examples of Christians. There's Christians that followed Christ, and you have pagans which hijacked Christianity in the 4th century under the Roman Catholic Church. So they stole the word Christians and they just covered paganism with the word Christians. The Christians today are Satanists. Get Acts 11 and 26. So those that are really following Christ are not under the label of Christians according to the Catholic Church. Read Acts 11 and 26. Read that.
Acts 11 and 26. And when he had found them, he brought them unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
They were what?
And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
So they were called Christians in Antioch. Now the disciples were following Christ before they was called Christians. It's just that the Romans needed a way to distinguish these Jews from the other sects that were operating during Christ's time. So they had to put a label on them. They weren't Pharisees. They weren't scribes. They weren't Essenes. So in order to label the Jews, they had to put a title on those that were separated from the status quo. So the Romans started calling the disciples who were under Christ Christians. The disciples never labeled themselves Christians. That was a way that the government could identify them from the other Jewish sects. Okay? So it seemed like you're asking questions before you even getting the answer to the first question. So we don't operate like that. We don't just we're not all over the place. Now, if there's a statement you want to make, then we're open for your statement. But it don't seem like you're receiving the answer. Who's this guy? Woke could be, whoever you are. It don't seem like you're receiving the understanding if you're typing while you're getting the answer. So that leads me to believe that you have a statement, that you have an agenda. I don't know. Our church don't support any organization. We support the true teachings of Christ in the Bible. That's it. We don't even know that organization. The WG, we don't support no religion in this earth. Okay, you are an Asian? Okay. Well, bless you. I'm glad, but we don't ascribe to any religion. All religions is false. Buddhism is false. Christianity is false. Islam is false. The only teachings are the true teachings of the Bible. That's it. If you're not dealing with the Bible and following the true doctrine of Christ, then it's what you call an antichrist doctrine. All religions are evil. Every last one of them. Brother or sister, I don't know what you are, but I wouldn't follow WGWAG. Because you showed me a scripture that says follow that. All right? Now, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Either you can stay in class and listen and learn, or you can make a choice to do whatever you need to do. But if But if you keep bringing another doctrine within this, unfortunately, we're going to have to block you. Sorry. We have a class to teach. Well, brother, you follow WGWAG. We'll follow the Bible. Okay? Well, thank you. And for everyone else in here, you can ignore the WGWAG and don't let him use that as a tool to get you looking into something that might snatch your soul. I'm going to say bless you, brother. And let's go into a class. You have any questions, brother? You was there the other night, right? You wasn't? Okay, come on. Let's bring it. I know you do. Come on. Okay. Thank you. Your conference will now begin. For a menu of available commands, press star at any time during the conference. Okay. Star 9 participants in the conference. Okay, now that's a good question. Ibrahim Noor, Ibrahim Noor. That's a good question asking, are we Muslims? We are not Muslims. We are the children of Israel. You might look at our Middle Eastern garments and think that because we're Middle Eastern or Eastern style dress that we are Arabs, but we're not, and we don't ascribe to an Arab belief. On the contrary, Abraham had two sons, not just Ishmael, which so happened to be the father of the Arabs or Muslims. Okay? Abraham, which was also in the East and the Middle East, had a son named Isaac. We are the children of Isaac and Jacob, and we are from the East. A matter of fact, just to make it clear, we understand that Islam is a satanic doctrine that started through Persian mythology. Okay? Okay, we had to give Wokabee 1111 a 10-minute timeout. Okay. Because so we can get through the class. Bless you, sister, brother. How you doing? All right. We are the children of Israel. That's who we are. And we thank the Most High that He have given us the truth of who our forefathers are and given us our records back, which is the Bible, which all the Gentiles and the Gentile religions hijacked and didn't tell us who we were the whole time so that they can continue to take advantage of us in this earth. We're the children of Israel. The Bible is the book of our forefathers. The Torah and Tanakh is the information of our forefathers. This is our history book. So no, we're not Middle Easterns. We are the children of Israel. We're from the East. And we're going back east soon. All right. So what was your question again, brother? Go ahead. It says that Eve ate the fruit. You have a question on the fruit. Okay, let me give me an ink pen so I don't lose my. No, I use the notepad here, so I don't lose my train of thought here. Good question, brother. And I'm going to show you something because I know where that doctrine comes from. So I'm going to show you something right after I answer this question, okay? You ask a question, was the fruit Eve having sex, or was it an actual fruit? All right. All right. Oh, thank you. All right. Now, I'm going to show you something, brother, so that you could ward off some of these philosophies that are out here teaching stuff, right? How you can. I'm going to show you not only the answer, but how you can answer the question yourself in the future. Okay? Okay. Let's go to Genesis, the 3rd chapter. It's deep because I was going to go into creation tonight too a little bit. Yeah. All right. One moment. Go to Genesis 2, and I need you to read. Start at the 15th verse. Read it nice and loud so we can hear you. So he took man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Read. See that? So he gave him a stipulation of what to eat in the garden and what not to eat in the garden. The tree of what? Now, when you read about the tree of good and evil, the tree that the Most High said, don't touch. Does that say anything about sex? No, I'm going to show you how to understand it, brother. That's why we're here. We're going to help you. Okay? The only way to understand the Bible, brother, look at me, as it is written. That takes your idea or man's idea out of the equation. When you start thinking other than as it is written, you're dealing with philosophy. You can't look at a scripture and say, you know what? The Most High said he can eat this tree, but he can't eat of that tree. And you know what? Matter of fact, I'm seeing sex in this tree right here. When there's no scripture in the Bible that says it's sex. Other books, exactly. I'm sorry, brother. I can't go there with you. Now, listen. But I'm going to show you. We have to learn to stay focused. If we're going to talk about a fruit that's contained in the Bible with Adam and Eve, then we must get the answer from the book Adam and Eve is written in. That's the problem. Ecclesiastes 12:12 says, be admonished the making of many books, there is no end. And much study is the weariness of the flesh. So why would I go into an Egyptian book to learn about Hebrews? So let's stick with the Bible so that we don't get confused. You with me? If you want the answer on the fruit, then I have to take you into the Bible and show you what